Welcome to day 2 of Everyday Leadership. We're working on today because we're talking about leadership middle and high school students. Everyone can be a leader. There's a myth out there that leaders are born, and as I told you yesterday, leaders are not born, they're made. And some people think, well, you only need to have these skills in order to be successful in being a leader. The point is, however, that leaders have to have a multitude of skills. They have to have a lot of flexibility. So the thing about leadership is there's 4 key components we want to talk about today. Number 1 is a well-known leader does the right thing. Do the right thing that is best for the situation, for the organization, and they put themselves last. Secondly, a leader has a sense of direction. It's kind of a built-in GPS system that helps us to walk through that. So qualities of leaders do the right thing, have a sense of direction. Number 3, they respect power. They recognize their responsibility in the power. And when they're using their own power, they don't use it to lord over people or make people seem as though they're not good enough, but they use that power to nurture and to guide and to advise and to coach people to become better individuals. That's the third characteristic of leadership. So if the first 3, once again, are does the right thing, has a sense of direction, respects power. A well-known leader also thinks creatively. They have to think outside the box. When you're thinking outside the box, you're thinking about ideas and suggestions that are not the norm. There are some characteristics that I believe are really important in leadership. Number 1 is being rebellious. What I mean being rebellious, it means going against the rules. I don't mean breaking the rules that are going to cause you to get into trouble with the law, or breaking rules that are going to cause you to compromise your morals, but I'm talking about breaking the rules, getting things done to the point where things can change. Change is a process. I want everybody to do something. If you take your hands and go like this. Whatever thumb you have on top, for me, it would be this one right here. I want you to switch it to the other one. Does that feel natural and normal to you? If it doesn't, that's okay, because that's what change is all about. So another thing we need to understand is when we're a leader is we have to embrace differences. We live in a very diverse world. There are going to be people that have the same views as you, but there'll be individuals that do not have the same views as you. So it's important to understand that people have different views and to recognize that because they have different beliefs, backgrounds, and expectations, that might make it more challenging to work with. But that also brings a wealth of opportunity for you to grow and to think more outside that box as well. So once again, we have the first 3. Remember, number 1, does the right thing. A leader has a sense of direction. 3, a leader respects power. 4, a leader thinks creatively. 5, they embrace differences. 6, they act with passion. A passion to inspire others. They communicate with excitement. Every task they're doing in a way that helps people to realize that they want them to be better, as well as the people that they're coaching, they're guiding, and advising to be better. 8, they manage the unexpected situations. You ever been in a situation where something comes up, you go, I never thought that would happen. You need to be able to manage those expectations because we need to think about the outcomes before it happens. In the program Too Good for Drugs, there's 3 things we talk about when we're looking at decision making. Number 1, we have to think. But before we think, number 1, we have to stop. We have to stop and really take a reflection. And when we're stopping, we're thinking about what we're doing. When we stop And then we have the third thing, where we have to think about those options. What are the things that are good that can happen because of this? And what are the things that are not so good because of this? And understanding the differences in the two is really important. We're doing a pros and cons, as I said. So once again, in decision making, when we're looking at managing those unexpected situations, we have to, number one, stop. 2, think. 3, we need to analyze, or we need to look at those pros and cons of the situation. And then we have to 4, do it. And then after we've done it, we have to reflect upon it. Did it work? Did it not work? What worked? What didn't work? And I think this last one I'm going to talk about is really important. In fact, I think more leaders that have this, the better a leader they'll be. And that's modeling humility. Or what I call, and others call in the industry, servant leadership. Realizing you don't know everything. Don't call attention to everything you're doing. Don't call attention to all your talents. Realize you help others by showing that you don't know everything, that you're not doing it to be seen. You're doing it because, 1, it's the right thing to do. 2, you have passion, and you embrace those differences. You act with passion. And when you act with humility, dealing with those unexpected situations makes it a lot easier to deal with. So let's go over those again. The qualities of leadership. Number 1, does the right thing. At the right time, for the right reason. 2, they have a sense of direction. The GPS. They're kind of guiding people, what we call having a vision. So the question I want to ask you today is, do you have a vision of what a future would look like for you? Post your comments, information on this Facebook page, or even on our YouTube page, saying, yes, these are the vision I have. These are the qualities and traits and characteristics that I want to have when I'm in my 20s and 25s and 30s. And go back to that fictitious magazine you did yesterday and start writing some of those qualities and things as well as we continue on. 3, they respect power. The power they have and using that power for good. Or as Spider-Man said, with great power becomes great responsibility. Oh, wait a minute, maybe it wasn't Spider-Man, but his uncle. 4, think creatively. Think outside that box. Look at things as not challenges, but as opportunities. So that would be our first 4 again. 5, embraces differences. You need to look outside yourself. Understand there are other people out there, different backgrounds. You don't have to accept what they believe, but you have to listen and you have to be able to understand it and be able to move forward with it. 6, act with passion. Whatever you're doing, have passion with it. You communicate your excitement, even in non-obvious ways. 7, manage these unexpected situations. Think about all those expectations that are out there. 8, model humility. Now here's what I'd like you to do today. I want you to think about each of these things. I want you to think of a name, a person, or a situation where, number 1, you know of an individual who does the right thing. Who are they and what do they do to show that? 2, a person who has a sense of direction. They have a vision. Who has that person and what is their vision? Whether it's a personal vision, a business vision, or even a worldwide vision. 3, who's a person you know well that respects power, that respects the power they have and how they yield that. 4, who's a person you know well who thinks creatively. 5, who do you know that embraces differences, and what differences do they embrace? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. Act with passion. Who's a person you know that acts with passion? 7. Who do you know that is a person that manages in unexpected situations? 8. Who do you know that's a person who models humility? If you can answer these questions, please post those on our Facebook page. If you want to, you can write them down, and then once again, you can take a photo of it and put it on Instagram. Remember, BCPN_coalition. You can also comment on our YouTube page, Neighborhood Resource Center. So once again, I want you to think about the leaders in your life and the qualities they demonstrate, and list those individuals as well as why those 7 things we talked about they have and how they possess those things. Today was all about everyday leadership. Today was about leaders in your life and the traits and characteristics that we look when we're looking at leadership. Until next time, we'll see you. This is Barry from the Neighborhood Resource Center. Have a great day.